Meanwhile, your
I
tank's on
just cruise
empty
my
and you're
ass. You got
praying
some
your
just cruising gas money. It took me a while. That's why I got a coupe. I had a sedan. I started off with sedans, but now I got a coupe. Cause I ain't with that shit. Cause no bullshit, bro. The shit get draining and overwhelming at times. Then that shit make driving not even fun no more. It's like after a while, driving become more irritating than fun, or irritating than peaceful. Cause it's like you gotta deal with traffic, and then you gotta deal with the gas money. You gotta deal with the maintenance of all that. I'm telling you.
parents don't notice you.
Yo, what it do, YouTube, man? I'm not want to waste time, so I'm get straight into it. You feel me? Now, today about to be reacting to. So you want to get your driver's license? Hey, I guess he's about to tell you what come with getting it, in the process to getting it. Hey, let's see what you talking about.
All right, so
For the
getting your driver's
non-drivers, this is educational shit for y'all, just in case y'all, you know what I'm saying, nervous.
is supposed to be like this big milestone in life, right? Freedom, independence, all that stuff. But in reality, it's one of the most stressful and embarrassing processes you'll ever go through. Like, the government basically hands you a car and says, good luck, try not to kill anyone. And the way people hype it up makes it worse. Everyone's like, once you get your license, you can go anywhere you want.
You can.
Bro, no, I can't. I still live with my parents. I got
yeah.
$3 in my bank account, and gas is $5 a gallon.
See, that's your fault. Why do you have a car if you can't put gas in a car? I feel like the ages you should be driving, or you start to drive at 16, 17. I think I got my permit at like 16. Yeah, I really started driving at like 17, if I'm not mistaken. But I only say that to say this. I had a job, so I was able to put gas in my car and pay for my car insurance and all that extra shit. So if you can't do the basic necessities for having a car, you shouldn't have a car.
The only place I'm driving is straight back home. Not to mention, the whole process is designed to humble you. Like, you'll walk into the DMV thinking you're ready for adulthood, and the second you step up to that counter, some 60-year-old lady with glasses down her nose just looks at you like, you're not built for this. And she's right, because 5 minutes later, you're out there stalling your car in front of a line of 30 people who all hate you now. So let's talk about what actually happens when you try to get your license. First off, you gotta get your learner's permit, which is basically the government saying, here's a piece of paper that lets you legally traumatize your parents in the passenger seat. Every drive turns into a hostage situation. Your mom's clutching the door handle like you're driving a fighter jet. Your dad's yelling, brake earlier every 5 seconds. And God forbid you miss a stop sign, suddenly you're the worst driver alive. And the crazy part is your parents forget they drive like maniacs too. Like, they'll be yelling at you for not using your blinker, but last week you watched them cut across 3 lanes like they were in the new Fast and Furious movie.
The difference is you new to the wheel. You ain't got wheel like that, nigga. So learn the basics before you start trying to do shit. Yeah.
Plus, having a permit makes you a second-class citizen. You can't even drive alone. You need some random adult next to you at all times. Like, bro, if I'm old enough to control a 2-ton death machine on the freeway, why do I still need my mom sitting there with a Diet Coke acting like she's my parole officer? Then there's driving school, where some random 40-year-old dude who looks like he's given up on life teaches you how to parallel park. The car always smells weird, like a mix of old coffee and regret, and they make you do the dumbest stuff, like a 3-point turn.
Nah. I don't know where y'all from, but a 3-point turn, you gotta do that on the driver test to pass the driver test. And I feel like that's another basic essential to driving that you need to learn how to do. You get what I'm saying? That's something that you need to learn how to do. It's part of driving.
A forklift? I just want to get the Taco Bell.
First time trying the new cheesy crunch wrap. Let's see how it tastes.
And these instructors always have that dead behind the eyes look, like they've watched thousands of teenagers almost plow into a mailbox and now nothing excites them anymore. You could literally crash into a fire hydrant and they just write it down, like, yep, -5 points, don't do that again. They also purposely take you on the worst possible roads. Like, bro, I live in the suburbs, why are you making me merge onto the freeway in the middle of rush hour? I just learned where the headlights are. I'm not ready to battle semis going 80. And for some reason, they love parking drills. Parallel park between these 2 cones back into this imaginary spot.
Now, me personally, I developed PTSD. You know what I'm saying? So I have to park like that. I was a salesman once upon a time. A street pharmacist. You know what I'm saying? So I had to park backwards to get out the gym if I had to get out the gym fast. Not necessarily saying that's what you need it for, but it's convenient. I'd rather park backwards than park forward. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's something you gotta learn how to do as well. Yeah.
when am I ever going to use this? Nobody in history has ever said, oh, sorry guys, I can't come out tonight. I really failed my 3-point turn. Plus, the silence is brutal. You're in a car with this stranger, and the whole time you're trying to impress him like it's a date you didn't agree to. Meanwhile, he's staring out the window, sighing, writing hieroglyphics on his clipboard, zero validation. Now comes the actual road test, easily the most stressful 15 minutes of your life. You've been practicing for months, but the second that instructor sits in the passenger seat, your brain forgets how cars even work.
Bro,
like, I'll be gripping the wheel so hard, you think I'm landing a plane. And the instructors never help either. They just sit there in complete silence, scribbling on their little clipboard like they're writing your obituary. You could literally save a baby duck crossing the road, and they'd still be like, you didn't check your mirrors enough. Automatic fail. The worst part is they never tell you how you're doing during the test. Like, you're just sweating bullets thinking, okay, I nailed that stop sign, right? That was clean. Meanwhile, the guy's just clicking his pen like he's deciding if you deserve human rights. And parallel parking, that's the final boss. You could drive perfectly the entire test, but if you so much as touch the curb, they act like you just committed a felony. Like, bro, half the adults out here park like absolute...
Because hold on, continue on.
Why is this a standard? And if you
fail...
That's
because a simple fact. They letting people pass. You don't want to be that adult, therefore you're going to fail for like not parking right. You need to learn how to park properly, or you're going to fuck somebody's car up or fuck your car up. You feel me? Hey, that's how I see it,
that's the walk of shame. Nothing hurts more than walking out of the DMV while some 16-year-old behind you is celebrating like they just won the Super Bowl. You gotta call your parents like, yeah, so we're gonna be Ubering for a few more weeks. And the retest, way worse, because now the instructor already knows you're trash. They sit down like, oh, it's crazy. You again. And suddenly every tiny mistake is magnified. Forgot your blinker? Fail. Rolled half an inch over the line? Fail. Blinked too aggressively? Fail. It really feels like a driving test is more like some government-sanctioned hazing ritual. Like, congrats, you survived high school. Now let's see if you can survive me quietly judging you for 15 minutes straight. And if you do pass, congrats. Now you get to join the most chaotic...
I got my driver's license before I graduated high school, because I graduated when I was 17, so, yeah.
Experience of all, driving with your friends.
Just a fun
because
fact,
the second you
all.
pick them up, they act like your car is a party bus.
Man.
Someone's fighting for the aux, somebody else is hanging halfway through the window, and there's always that one friend in the back spilling Taco Bell all over your seats
no respect.
like it's their own personal trash can. Suddenly you're not the cool guy with the car, you're the unpaid Uber driver. Every time, bro, can you pick me up? We need a ride. Like, damn, I didn't get this license so I could chauffeur half to school. I just wanted to get a McFlurry without adult supervision. Then comes the gas money argument. Every group has that guy who never pays. You could drive them across the entire state, drop them off at their front door, and they'll hit you with, bro, I'll get you next time. Spoiler, there is no next time. This man hasn't seen a gas pump in his life. And the thing about being first in your group with the license is suddenly you're everybody's servant. Like, you're not their friend anymore, you're their taxi. Midnight trips to Taco Bell, guess you're driving. Someone's crush lives 20 minutes away, you're driving. Someone wants to just cruise, guess what? You're driving. Man, meanwhile, your tank's
just
on
cruise
empty
my ass. You got some just cruising gas money? It took me a while. That's why I got a coupe. I had a sedan. I started off with sedans, but now I got a coupe. Cause I ain't with that shit, cause no bullshit, bro. The shit get draining and overwhelming at times. Then that shit make driving not even fun no more. It's like after a while, driving become more irritating than fun, or irritating than peaceful. Cause it's like you gotta deal with traffic, and then you gotta deal with the gas money, you gotta deal with the maintenance of all that. I'm telling you.
Parents don't notice you burn through half a paycheck in gas money. And late night drives are their own horror movie. Everyone's laughing, music's blasting, but the second you get pulled over, all your so-called friends just turn into lawyers in the backseat whispering advice. Bro, don't admit anything. Just tell him you're speeding because your grandma's sick. Like, shut up, man. You're the reason I missed the stop sign in the first place. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Once the hype dies down, you realize that driving kind of sucks.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you've got the freedom, but now you also are stuck dealing with the absolute worst people on the road. You've got the guy who thinks turn signals are optional, the lady going 20 in the fast lane, and of course, the dude in the lifted truck who takes it personally if you merge in front of him. And don't even get me started on traffic.
See, like nah. That's what we're not about to do.
Truck who takes it personally if you merge in front of him. And don't even get me started on traffic.
What? Nigga dead. Hey, bro, what? You think you... What? Entitlement. Niggas be too bold. They know who to fuck with. That's all I gotta say.
Like, nothing humbles you faster than sitting bumper to bumper for 40 minutes to go 3 miles. You're sitting there like, wow, I really begged the DMV for this privilege. Parking lots are war zones. It doesn't matter if it's Walmart, Costco, or some random strip mall. People will straight up cut across 10 spaces diagonally just to beat you by 5 seconds. And there's always that one psychopath who backs into every spot like they're rehearsing for NASCAR pit crew tryouts. Once you get sick of borrowing borrowing your parents' minivan, reality hits. You gotta buy your own car, which sounds awesome until you realize every option is either insanely expensive or complete garbage. Like it's either a brand new car that costs more than your entire net worth, or a 2003 Honda Civic with 280,000 miles and a quirky rattling noise that definitely means the engine's about to explode. And the sellers always act like it's a hidden gem, like, oh yeah, it runs great, just don't roll down the window.
That's the part of the game, you feel me?
Or touch the AC, and make sure you keep a jug of coolant in the trunk at all times. Bro, that is not a car, that's a time bomb on wheels.
No
Insurance? Forget about it. The government basically looks at you, a 17-year-old, and says, yeah, you're definitely crashing within the first 6 months.
Oh, is this a turn right here?
Folks,
Shoot, crap.
I feel like insurance is a scam. I don't care what nobody say. Why the fuck are we paying more than $100 for car insurance? Motherfucker, when I got on my own insurance, my mom kicked me off. They wanted like $250 a month. Now they want like $800 a month because I got a sports car. Fuck no, who paying that shit? Nigga, that's a whole living situation. I can go get an apartment with that shit. I can go get another property with that shit. Hell no, I'm not dealing with that.
Everyone, hang on. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you so much. I'm so sorry.
They charge you like $400 a month for the privilege of driving a car that barely starts.
Man.
And when you do finally buy one, it's not freedom. It's another money pit. Oil changes, tires, random lights popping up on the dashboard. It's like you're playing whack-a-mole. You think you're buying an independence, but in reality, you're just signing up for permanent debt. So yeah, getting your license is hyped up like it's the key to freedom, but it's really just the start of a whole new headache. First, you traumatize your parents. Then some guy in a polo shirt makes you parallel park. Then you get judged by a DMV executioner with a clipboard, and eventually you go broke from gas, insurance, and your friends mooching rides. So yeah, getting your license is just your first subscription plan to adulthood, and trust me, there's no cancel button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All my videos are on Spotify early if you want to go check that out. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.
For sure. WV, my boy. But no, let me know what y'all think. For the people that do got their driver's license, what's y'all favorite part about driving? What's y'all least favorite part? You know what I'm saying? And for the people that's scared to start driving, what are y'all most scared of? Or what give y'all the most anxiety? What do I hate the most about driving? But no, I'm gonna catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir. Straight like that.